9 goals, the semi-finals, the UEFA Champions League. Incredible. This wasn't your regular football match. If you missed the game, oh my God, just go and watch the full game. Don't watch the highlights. Let me tell you, it would be 90 plus minutes well used, well invested. If you love football, and if you've been one of those persons that think that football has become boring and too static and predictable, this is a game that would revitalize your spirit and give you hope, right? The halftime breaks didn't feel like halftime breaks. It just felt like a game that happened without breaks. It was fantastic. It was incredible. This is a game that will be talked about 20 plus years to come. This is the Champions League semi-finals, where PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, the current or the defending champions of the UEFA Champions League title, hosted Bayern Munich. And Bayern are Bundesliga's best, top notch, right? Now, looking at the front three of Bayern, little, right? From Kane to Diaz to Olise, and boy, did they live up to expectations. In terms of the goals, in terms of their contribution, it was brilliant. PSG had knocked out Monaco, Chelsea, Liverpool to get to where they got to today to face Bayern. And Bayern's front three, from Kane to Olise to Diaz, have scored 100 goals, 100 by 3 players. Those stats are wild, and it will tell you everything about the game. This is the first time in Champions League history that we're having 2 teams combat at this level that have scored 40 plus goals. I think PSG has 43 goals and Bayern has 42 goals. So you knew that goals were coming. You just didn't know how many. So Bayern drew the first blood in this match. The 17th minute, Harry Kane scored that penalty, cold as ice, clinical finishing, brilliant. And this is his 54th goal this season. That's madness. 54th goal. He has now scored in 6 straight Champions League games. And I think he's now beaten Steven Gerrard's record to be the first Englishman to do that. Insane what this guy is doing at his age. 31 plus. I know he's 30 plus or something, right? For penalties, Kane is 18 for 19. He doesn't miss. Fire. PSG, they hit back immediately with Kvaratskhelia. Let's call him Kvara. Kvara caught in, bent into the far corner. Beautiful football, and we're game on. The 33rd minute, Neves, brilliant goal with a great assist from Dembele, and that made it 2-1. Then Olise, Michael Olise, he scored a bazooka goal. That shot, it didn't go too far into the corner. It's kind of straight into the middle in a sense, but the fire on that ball, there was no way anybody was going to escape that. So he scored and then equalized 2-2. There was a penalty awarded to PSG. And who else to convert it than Ousmane Dembele? Dembele converted that, and PSG were 3 goals up, 3 goals to 2. And this is the highest goals that has ever been recorded in a UCL semi-final. So look, this game, all round historic. Let's go on. So the second half resumed and we're like, PSG is leading 3-2, right? Before you know it, Kvaratskhelia made it 4, right? And shortly after, Dembele made it 5. And in your mind, you're like, it's over, right? But for me, I knew it wasn't over because I know Bayern has done this so much this season. If you follow them in Bundesliga, sometimes you're 2 goals down. I think their last game before this game, they were 3 goals down and they won that game 4-3. So when I saw that, I was like, I know Bayern will do something. And from a Kimmich free kick, Upamecano makes it 3 goals for Bayern. So it became 5-3. And then finally, that beautiful goal from Luis Diaz to seal the game up in terms of goals. And the game ended 5-4. Now, you might be upset with PSG to say, come, you had a 3-goal lead, because if they took that 3-goal lead to Bayern, I know that Bayern can overturn it, but that would really mess with Bayern, right? But look, this was a high goal scoring game. You might want to talk about the defense in terms of they would have defended better. Both teams don't have strong defenses. And then you also want to look at the Arsenal-Atletico game, because these 2 teams, Arsenal and Atletico, they have a different style where they're more defensive minded. Although Atletico now has some very fiery strikers, Griezmann is in great form, Lookman is on fire, Alvarez is doing his thing. But by and large, if you look at these teams, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, you see that they have very good defenses, right? Especially Arsenal, right? And especially with their European record. But when you look at PSG and Bayern, They don't have, the defense is not as fantastic, but when it comes to scoring and playing beautiful football, you can't take it away from them. So take all you can from this game today, because tomorrow, in fact, you might not see 2 goals in the whole game. But I hope this inspires Arsenal especially to really connect to what they have been doing in the UCL and bringing those goals. They need to show what they're made of. Do not be scared. Play your thing. Have fun. Play this game, Arsenal. These are the 3 players that I would like to highlight. Number 1, Kvara. 2 goals, 1 assist, 4 successful dribbles. Dembele, 2 goals, including that penalty, and he is the reigning Ballon d'Or. He was also the man of the match. And Harry Kane, 1 goal, his 54th of the season. Also, Luis Enrique, the PSG manager, recorded his 50th win in the Champions League as a whole, and I think he broke Pep's record. So PSG goes to Munich with a 1 goal advantage, but trust me when I tell you, it is not over. And it's hard to really tell who would win this one. Let me know who you're supporting. Let me know your highlights of the game. Let me know what you enjoyed about this game. And if you haven't watched the game, go and watch this game. You will thank me later. Come on!